What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and this video is again going to be a UI challenge. In this video we'll be trying to recreate one of the dribble shots that I found recently. This is a very simple user interface, guys. We just have a card, right? And below that we have a small overlay on that card which shows the name, a small image, and a distance, and then some status like thing. And then below that card there are three nice buttons, nice looking fab buttons, right? Not exactly fab, they are simply circular buttons. So this is the UI that we will be trying to recreate in this video, guys. Now what I'll do is, this one looks like a drop down, right? Having a drop down on a app bar isn't a great idea. That's what my intuition says. So what I'll do is I'll just include this as a title, and then instead of just simply doing this cards on the back and then an overlay on the top of this card, what we'll do is we'll spice things up a bit, and then we'll add some nice animations. Okay, simple animations, not too complicated ones, simple animations. The card will load up, and these two will appear to rise up from this card, so that it gives that feel of stacked below, one after the other. And then this overlay will move down to the top, so that a little bit of it is overlaid on top of the card, while the rest of it is out of the card. And finally these three fab buttons will fly in from the bottom. So this is the animation that we are going to be adding along with this UI. So first let's go ahead and create this card UI, and then we'll talk about the animations. Okay, finally we'll talk about the animations. So let's start with the code. I have a very basic application that I scaffolded just now, and then inside the assets directory I have a picture of a girl. This is the picture that we are going to be using this, and then as usual my Montserrat font, along with a couple of other images that I'll be using for this image, and one more thing, chat bubble. This is for this image. Okay, these two appear flipped, right? The small pointer like thing is okay, this is appearing this side, and one more image, this is turned this way, whereas here it's turned this way. Anyway, leave it. We are just going to be making use of these images to recreate our UI. Let's get started with the code. And as usual I have added these to the pubspec.yaml file as well, so kindly go ahead and do it, and then get back to main.dart file. As usual, this is where we are going to be writing a bulk of our code. First of all, let me just debug the banner, hide the debug banner. First let's do this part. Okay, following the 1369 rule, once again this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Or you can have these 2 as 3, and this is 2, and this is 1. So we'll start with 1. Okay, so we'll start with the app bar. App bar background. If you had already watched my UI videos, UI challenge videos, I made 3, right? One is the profile screen, the other one was a login, simple minimalistic login screen. The third one was a talent hire screen, the relationship coaching hires, that screen. If you had already seen all these 3 videos, kindly try this out, try creating this by yourself, and then watch this video. Okay, even if you watch this video, just get an idea and try to do it by yourself, so that you get some practice as well, and you are able to develop that thought process as well. Anyway, let's move on. Background color start white, and elevation I'll give it as 0.0, so that there is no shadow, and I'll give a leading, so that I'm able to create this arrow. Okay, leading icon button, and I'll do icon of icons dot arrow underscore back iOS, and color will be colors dot black, and on pressed will be okay. Now we have an icon. If I didn't specify the color, I think it will be somewhat gray. and then inside the text I should be doing, what was that, nearby, right? Nearby, and style once again, text style, Montserrat, font weight dot bold, colors dot black once again. Fine. Now I have a title and a arrow. The next thing I need to do is I need to give okay, where am I going to get this? I'll use a Flutter icon instead of this one. Okay. So the next thing would be actions, right? Scaffold is right. Actions. I'll give a padding so that it moves a bit to the from the right side. Okay, otherwise it will be sticking to the right end of the application. So padding is similar to container, guys. Edge insets dot only right 8.0, some very little padding. And child once again, Flutter logo, colors dot blue, size 40. Fine, let me just save this and I'll try running it. Wow, it's looking nice, right? So now this part is over. We'll start with this part. Okay, we just have 3 cards stacked on top of one another and overlay on this front facing card, right? So at any given point of time only one card will be visible and these two won't be visible. Fine, let's just get back here and then inside body I'll just use first I'll stop this. Inside body I'll just use a column. You are obviously not going to be scrolling, right? In this UI there is no such chance of scrolling or anything, so I'll just use a column. If you want to scroll, obviously you need to use a list view or a grid view or a animated list or something like that. Main axis alignment dot center, and then I'll do children, container padding, edge insets dot from left top right bottom, and I'll just give padding of 20 40.0 and once again 20.0 and once again 40.0. okay, I'll explain this in a bit. Child, not all, sorry, from child stack. This is where we have all those 3 different stuff. So I'll just give overflow dot visible. Otherwise this, when we need to have this small container to overflow outside of this stack as well, right? This container is present inside the same stack, guys. Okay, but if you just give the exact specification, if you don't give this overflow dot visible, this will be cut off. Fine, right? This will be cut off and only the scala will be shown. We need to show the remainder of this container as well. That's why I am giving it as overflow dot visible. You will understand it when it's actually shown on the screen. So just bear with me for now. Overflow dot visible, and children, we'll use position widgets. They won't be visible since we are going to be using animations to actually pop those cards out of the front facing card. This is what I'm creating now. These are the first elements in the stack, right? This is the first element, this is the element on top of it, and this is the element on top of these two. But as I said, we'll be using a small bit of animations to make this look more alive. So in our case, what we'll do, this is the only card that will be visible at first, and this card will pop out of the screen, this card will pop out of this card, right? So these two won't be visible when the user sees the UI first. As soon as the UI loads, these two will pop out automatically. We'll talk about animations at the end. Okay. So positioned left 20.0 container with 200 height 400. Okay. Decoration box decoration. You might already, for those who already watched my other UI videos, you will probably be familiar with this decoration concept already. Colors dot amber and border radius dot circular. I'll just give a small value since that wasn't that much rounded, right? So circular. This is the amber one. This is the one that we have just created, and we need one more, right? This is the where the position widget ends. I'll copy this and make use of it again. This time it will be just 10 and border radius dot circular. All these will be the same. The only difference will be the color. Fine, we have a couple of position widgets, and the third one will be a container widget. Why is the third one the container widget? Because it will be shown all the time. This is the image container that we are going to create. So I'll just give position command container with, we give 300 for this. This is obviously bigger, but 300 and 200 are too. Change this to 280. We'll change this to 260. 300 and height 400.0 and decoration once again box decoration, border radius dot circular, once again all these 10.0 and image decoration image asset image assets girls.jpg and fit will be box fit dot cover. Fine, right? This is done, and box decoration, this is done. Now that we have a container, we just need one more. We'll have an image. I'll run this now. I'll run this code once so that we can see what we have accomplished so far. All right, this looks really nice, right? The only one card is visible and these two cards are not visible, since, as I said, these two would be this card. This is a stack, so the latest item in the stack will be shown on the top and the rest of the cards will be stacked one after the other. Now some might wonder why this is aligned to the left, right? It's not aligned to the left, it's actually aligned to the center. Once we push in another child to this column, that is the fab buttons, you will see that at a later point of time. It actually moves to the center. Now we'll go ahead and design this wonderful container to be placed on this card. So I'll get in here, and then after this container, this is the stack, right? After this container, I'll add a position and move that position to where I want it to be. This width should obviously be less than 300 so that it looks contained with, wait, I'll show you, so that it looks contained with this, within this particular card, right? So 270, I just gave 270, and then I'll add the decoration. Was there a shadow? Yeah, there is a shadow. But without a border, if I give a back box shadow, I'll use black, a light shade of black, and I'll specify spread radius to something. I'll give the spread radius value. Sorry, colors dot black. 12 is the lightest shade, I think. 12, yeah, 12 is the lightest shade. Spread radius 2.0. Fine. And this is the box shadow. After the box decoration is done, I need to specify the child of this container, right? So the child of this container will be another container, a container contained inside a container, just like Inception, right? Edge insets dot all 7.0. This container is used to place the text inside this container. This container, this text should be placed inside that container, right? That's the reason why I'm using this container. Child column why did I use a column? Because I need to use two rows. This is one row and this is one row. That's the reason why I used a column. Yeah, this is one row and this is one row. That's why I used a column. And then children row. In the first row, I need to have the name as well as some kilometer here and a small image. So I'll just do row Kayla style, text style. Montserrat, font size 20.2, and I'll add a sized box. What's the purpose of adding it inside a text? Sized box with some 4.2. Fine. This is for this space. Kayla and this small image has some space, right? That's why I added a sized box here. And we need to add that small image now. So image dot asset. This will be the next child in that row. What was that? Assets symbol or something, right? What was that? Symbolo.png. Symbolo.png, and I think I can specify a height here itself. Height 20.2 or something. A small image, right? It's small image in line with this text, and what's the error here? With 20.0. Okay, this is done. The next thing I need to do is add another size box. This time the width will be and text would be, what was that, 5.8 kilometer, 5.8 kilometer. And the next thing would be style. I'll give a style text. Style would be font family Montserrat, font size 20.0, and colors dot gray. Then I'll just give, after this text I'll give, okay, I have, if I finish this 5.8 kilometer as well, then I have nothing more to add in this row, right? I need to move on to the second row, so I'll add a new row. This row is over, and I'll add another sized box. Height, this time I need to specify the height. I'll just give 9.0 or something, a small height. This height is for this distance between this text and this text. Now this second row will have only one line of text. Row children. Inside this I'll specify text. What was the text? Fate is wonderful. Fate is wonderful. And I'll specify a style for that. Style would be text style. Inside this font family Montserrat, and font size 15.0, and colors dot gray. Fine, since this was gray color, right? Gray. And once this is done, that's it, right? Inside this box, that's it. That's all we have to do. We'll run this and see how it looks now. Wow, it looks really nice, right? We have a nice looking overlay on top of this image, and some of that is sticking out as well. Now all we need to do is introduce the 3 buttons, a couple of fabs, and this same, we don't have a large fab or anything like that. We will just use a container for this, and then make a circular border to that container, and then use that simply as a button. So I just need to include one more child in this. I'll stop this first. I'll add one more child to this. This child will be nothing but a container, and the container I'll use a row. Since all these 3, wait, I'll show you. Since all these 3 buttons are in the same row, right? So I can simply use a row and use space evenly to achieve the desired effect. So row, rather than using space evenly, I can even, wait, I'll try it. Main axis alignment dot space evenly, and children floating action button on pressed, and then child icons dot close colors dot black, and I need to give a background color for this button so that it looks really white. So what I'll do is I'll use a background color, colors dot white. Fine, now we have one button, right? One button that will be present in this row. We'll add a container for that middle button so that it looks really big, and we'll add another floating action button for the end one, or we'll just finish the floating action button first. This will be the floating action button on the rightmost end, so I'll add a comma here, and this icon will be icons dot favorite. Was it a heart? Something like that, right? Yeah, it's a heart. Favorite, and colors will be colors dot pink. Fine. Now now that we have those 2 floating action buttons all we need to do is bring in a big button in the middle. So I'll just do a container height 70.0, width 70.0, and decoration, box decoration, colors dot white, and border radius, to make it a complete round. I always recommend a border radius of half the size of height and width, so that it's completely circular. Border dot all, colors dot transparent. We can't bring that exact fab like look, I think, but it will look somewhat similar to a fab. If I give the border to be transparent, then obviously the border won't be visible even if we provide it with style, border style dot solid, and width 2.4. So this will have a border, but that border won't be visible on the screen, right? The next thing we'll do is box shadow. Was there a shadow? There isn't much of a shadow, right? For all the three buttons there isn't much of a shadow, so we'll omit this box shadow for now. And other floating action button is also ready. Now that I have added this, I need to put a icon, right? What was that icon? This chat bubble icon in the middle of the container, and that button, that is. So after the box decoration, I'll add a child. This child will be another container. Inside this container I'll add a center so that the bubble is present at the center. Child icon button, icon, wait, that's an image, right? Image dot asset. What was the name of that? Chat bubble dot png. Assets chat bubble dot png, and after that the color should be colors dot light. So it was somewhat light blue accent, right? Yeah, light blue accent. So I'll just give it as 300. Okay, comma here, and I'll also add on pressed. Oh, sorry, not here. Fine. Now we have a chat bubble inside that particular button as well, and all these floating action buttons I'll reduce the elevation so that they don't have a shadow as well. As you can see here, all these three buttons don't have any shadows, right? So I'll save this, and if I run this now, I should have the buttons at the bottom. Let's see how this fares. Alright, now our UI looks really good, right? We have three buttons. I don't know if you can see this, but these buttons are white, and the background, the scaffold background is somewhat dirty white or something like that. And we have this nice overlay here as well. In short, we just replicated this design, right? Except these two. Those we'll add while adding the animations, guys. Except these are entire. Oh, we didn't add the glow, right? These icons appear to glow. How do I do that? I mean, these images seem to have box shadows behind them, right? I don't think there is any way to. Oh, maybe if I use a stack there, and then you guys try it. You use a stack there and add a container that's smaller than this particular image, and add a box shadow to that container with the color of the box shadow being the same color as this chat bubble or this favorite icon. In that case, I think we can make it glow. I haven't tried it out actually. Anyway, yeah guys, what was I saying? Yeah, this was the UI that we wanted to replicate, and as I said before, I'll add some animations to spice this up as well, so that it looks really good, and we get these two cards that are stacked behind as well. Now, just to show you guys just a preview of how this would look after we add the animations, I'll just finish this video with this entire UI running on a mobile device, and in our next video we'll see how to carry on the animations. There is no reason why I'm splitting these two videos. I'm just doing this just to make sure that this video is a bit shorter. If I simply add animations in the same video, then obviously this video is going to be very lengthy, right? That's the only reason I'm adding the animation separately, no other reason. But anyway, I'll show you a preview before I wrap this up. Just wait. Alright, just watch. Wow, you saw that the cards flipped out first, and then this entire overlay moved a little down, and then all the buttons just popped up, right? I'll show it to you guys one more time. Just wait, I'll close this and show it to you one more time. Just watch. The couple of cards flipped out, and the overlay at the bottom, the name, the box containing the name, moved a little bit downwards, and these three buttons flew in from the bottom, right? So these are the animations that we'll be adding to make this screen look more alive in our next video, guys. If you really like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like what I'm doing on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button. I make daily, not exactly daily uploads, like 4 or 5 videos per week, and one of them will be regarding UI or animations. And click on the bell icon as well to stay sure that to make sure that you receive notifications for each and every time I upload a new video. And so yeah guys, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I'll talk to you guys in my next animations video. So yeah, thank you guys, thanks for watching.